When I had my abortion, I was almost 19. I've been working for about 2 years. I've been dating a guy for about 14 months, and he was working away. I was told by people around me when I shared that I was pregnant that it's just a blob of cells anyway. Sure, have an abortion. There's nothing big about having an abortion. Everybody has an abortion. I was told by my employer, think about your career. And my home was tied into my job, so I was told if I decided to keep my child, I would not only lose my home and my income, but my career as well. After the abortion, the overriding emotion I felt was anger, not one of relief. I'd expected relief, I didn't get it. I was angry at my employer for coercing me into this decision. I was angry at the medical staff for showing me no compassion. I was angry at myself for allowing myself to get into this position and become pregnant. I was angry at my boyfriend, who had nothing to do with the decision of the abortion, but I had a lot of anger towards him, and it changed our relationship forever. What helped me was meeting other women who shared their pain of their abortion with me, and I completed an abortion recovery course.
I had my abortion when I was about 19 years old. I just immigrated to England, and this newfound freedom was all very new to me because I had a very, I suppose, sheltered background in Ireland. So I began to experiment with alcohol. I started going out with guys, and I was in this relationship, and suddenly it ended, and I discovered I was pregnant. I suffered from severe nausea, constantly being sick. I couldn't even keep water down. So I ended up being admitted to hospital, suffering from dehydration. The doctor confirmed my pregnancy, which was the first time it had been confirmed, and I was just in a dreadful state, distraught. I kept saying, I can't be pregnant. So I was admitted to the hospital, and that evening, a young doctor came and sat by my bed, and I kept saying, I can never go home again. And he was saying, we can do a termination. And this was all very new to me. So he explained to me that it was a very simple procedure. He said, how do you feel about it? Of course, all I could see was a way out of my problem. When I woke up after the abortion, I was screaming the place down. I was hysterical. It was like somewhere in my subconscious, the reality or the enormity of what had happened had sunk in deeply. Nobody warned me of the pain, of the guilt, of the grief that would follow this choice. My first step towards healing was when I decided one day to share my secret with my friend. I had carried this secret around in my heart for so many years. We worked closely together, and she was always praising me for my efforts in my parish work. So I decided to challenge her friendship. And I remember I closed my eyes and I started pouring out my story, pouring out my heart to her, thinking that I would open my eyes and see her face filled with horror and self-condemnation, of judgment of me. But when I opened my eyes, she was crying. And she embraced me and she said to me, don't waste your suffering. She said, let God use it for good. And that was the beginning of my journey, the journey to hope. There was a ray of hope born in my heart that day, that somehow or other I was, it was possible. Maybe someday I would be healed of this terrible wound in my heart.
If you or someone you know is struggling with the pain of a past abortion experience, then please remember you're not alone. There is hope and healing after abortion.